Yo, yo, yo. Tune in, don't miss. Shaggy TV, hit him with the twist. Gang on deck, let's pick up the pace. Remote in hand, it's a cartoon race. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Flip the channel, hit the screen. Velma's got the clues, keep it clean. Fred in the whip, Daphne looking mean. Shaggy on the snacks, munching every scene. Zoinks, got ghosts in the room. Monsters lurk, smell the cartoon fumes. Fog thicker than my uncle's perfume. Solve it quick, then straight to the tune. Where are you, Shaggy TV? Catch the vibes, come roll with me. Jinkies, yeah, it's action-packed. Scooby snacks and a mystery crack. Spooky vibes with the laugh on top. Masked villains, every case non-stop. Trapdoor falls, but the plan don't flop. Through the laugh track, tick tock, tick tock.
On the Reigel Promotions esports page, I am Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV. And if you're here, you know what's going on. We're bringing you night number 2 of the Winter Heats, presented by Metcalf Media. Last night, I mean, that went off without a dang near hitch. 2 cautions, great racing. I do think, I took a look at the page, 1 penalization, but only 1 spot. So, you know, at the end of the day, lost 2 points there in the feature. But pretty good race, and man, I expect more tonight because, as always, you know, guys get a little taste of what happened last night. You get more guys wanting to show up to play, and that's exactly what we have. I think on the entry list, I saw 29 or 30 guys. Only 21 in the room as of now, but you can see still over 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in your Sweet Tea Gang practice before we go into Bloodline Sim Sports qualifying. But while we're waiting here, you know, while we're in this beautiful over-the-top view, let's just go ahead. Let's give all the sponsors here, you know, we'll talk about them again throughout the night, but Metcalf Media, third-party gaming admin box, Bloodline Sim Sports, Dirt Series Promotions, FND Awareness, Full Throttle Motorsports, Inkpool Plasma Cutting, Right Rear Racing, Roya's Graphics, RPES Gaming, along with RPES Shop, Shaggy TV, 618 Engraving and Designs, Sweet Tea Gang, TJ Visuals, Twisted Speed, and last but not least, Victory Fuel. Can't do things like this without having all those awesome people on board. So we really thank you, and we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't flood the screen too bad. It doesn't. There we go. That's last night's results. We're doing the Knoxville National scoring system. A perfect night would have been 500, and as you can see, Joseph Grandy at the top with a 498. That's literally as close as you can get without getting the 500. There's no way to get 499. So, going to be a tough task to knock that guy off the top, but guarantee you the 333 of Richard Murtaugh. He's one of the guys who may be able to do it. Brody Duscher as well in the 35. Braden Carter came out to play tonight in the 5. He's always one I like to keep my eye on. Mason Hine, Joseph Groom. I mean, there are a lot of good guys. Greg Deese. I haven't ever talked to Greg personally. I've seen him race a couple times, but I don't know if that's a Dees or a Deese. So we're going to go with Deese for a little bit. But Ben Jolly there, P2 with 493. Jace Chance, 480. You got to think top 5, okay, because we're going to take 16. Top 5 in points are all but locked in. Now, you can't say that. You don't know what's going to happen tonight. But, man, top 5. You got to be locked in here. And, I mean, if you're Carlson, you're not feeling terrible. Where you get really nervous is that 450 number. Jason Smith there, P8. Wouldn't be surprised if we see 9 guys come out of prelim night 2, but that's gonna have to see. This is one of the guys I told you keep an eye on here, man. Richard Murtaugh in the 333 machine always comes to play. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's see how he's rolling around this place right now. Real sideways, but you can see how straight. I mean, he gets it straight so early. You think, oh, he's out of control. No, he's setting himself up for the straightaway. He's making it longer for him than it is for everybody else. And, I mean, that's one of the reasons he's sitting up top right now. And, John Holly here in the 41 machine. Aiden Primrose going around him on the outside in the 6. Now, it'll be the same thing as last night. Track carries over all night. So, you know, these guys, it wasn't necessarily important. Let's see if we'll hop over to another room, see how many guys are on the racetrack up there. We got Caden Davis. He's listed in the 115, looking like a double deuce on the side of that thing here. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒. This is definitely a guy you want to keep your eye on. I'm trying to see what he's doing right now. Let's see last times for these guys. They'll slowly update. The reason I'm kind of focused on him right now, he's in the last group, you know, the later guys to come in to practice, and well, that means you're not going to get very good of a track. P5, 14.85 there last time by. I'm going to see these other guys update. So you see Dusher there with goes to a 9.9. What is it for 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 this time? Another consistent 8. So as you see those laps kind of update, let's go back over to group 1. Really nobody up towards the top out on the racetrack. But that's going to be definitely something to keep an eye on. Those 8s right now, that would be pretty quick. I think last night, a 9 was the quick time. It shows what I know. And shame on me, too, for not announcing, talking about. I saw they posted, you know, about the TJ Visuals Fast Lap and stuff like that. I thought that was an A main award. I didn't realize that, you know, we were doing them on the prelim night. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But they are giving an award for the fastest lap. Apparently each night, since it was posted after night 1, unless they're going to just, you know, have a culmination of all the nights together. Fastest lap. A little over 16 seconds to go here. See that checkered flag wave. Should get darker as well as we progress here through the night. Sun's starting to set. Racetrack will definitely change. And guys going to have to see what they can bring. So let's see who the first car is out on the racetrack. Last night, I mean, it was a dogfight for first to the line. Everybody got in the race car. This one, we had a couple guys get in, a couple guys moping it out. But Robert Puckett, third guy in the race car, quickest man right here. And well, Grandy, the only way you lose the points lead, as I see Grandy responding to my side of the chat, is if somebody qualifies P1, wins their heat race, and wins the feature. Considering you went 1-1-2 last night, I say I don't know if it's going to be done, but we'll see. Puckett comes across the line, lap number 1 in the books. 15.15, a 14.92 for Holly. The 41 may have clipped that outside wall. Yeah, he did. He's just going to scrap that lap. Wouldn't have counted anyway with the contact. Isaac Bowman, final time through turns 3 and 4. He crosses the line, green, green. What's it mean? Isaac Bowman, P2 in the 9 machine is Greg Deese. Purple, green, quick time for the 26. A 14.8 and David Wallace with a 14.88, lap number 1 right behind him. Can the 08 find a little bit more time? Crosses the line. Not going to do it. Stays with the 14.88. Still a great lap. And turn to Joseph Groom, who's about to take the the green flag, excuse me. No, we turn away because Tate and Sander, big time lap for the 422. Quick time, 14.83. Jonathan Clapp, he crosses the line. Let's go find Primrose coming around for the final time. And then we'll watch Joseph Groom here as he crossed the line first time, P4. Coming around for the final time, Groom. Slower through Sector 1. Slower through Sector 2. Going to stay P4. Richard Murtaugh gears up. Lap number 1 underway here for the 333 machine. Was the quickest in warm-ups. Let's see what he does here in qualifying. Crosses the line. Murtaugh. Going to jump up to P2. Not going to do lap number 2. Didn't like the start. Braden Carter not going to either, but he bumps him back to P2. Brody Duscher up to P3. Boy, oh boy. Gotta love that about iRacing now as the white flag waves. Matt Hinkle, the only driver not to put in a time, but, you know, it used to be you couldn't see what other drivers were doing in their qualifying. Now you see guys wait until the end and really playing the game. It is fun to watch. Let's take a look. Starting lineup, heat race number 1, brought to you by Right Rear Racing. Row 4 to the outside, the 51 of Tyler Spradley to the inside, the 422 of Tate and Sander. Row 3 to the outside, the 08 of David Wallace to the inside, the 54 of Brandon Rogers. Row 2 to the high side, the 9 of Isaac Bowman to the inside, the 16 of Dustin Glenn. A 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 78 of Armando Melgoza, and starting on the pole, the 30 of Robert Puckett. Did Tyler, well, it's not a did Tyler, he must have, but I've got to, let me look at one thing here. I hate doing it. He must have snuck that by me in qualifying. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I didn't realize Tyler was at the top there. It definitely wasn't Tatum anymore. I don't know why. I guess I saw the T. Assumed. I didn't even give Tyler any recognition for that quick time. What a lap there, Mr. Spradley. That, something to write home about. And right now, he's sitting with a perfect 200. Can he do what Joseph Grandy did last night? Go from 8th to 1st? What he needs to do if he wants to roll out of this thing number 1, but at the end of the day, you got to get points. That's what you got to tell yourself. You got to behave. Got to try to bring this thing home. As we take a look to the North Carolina sky, the green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Battle on there for 4th, excuse me. Bowman flies up the hill, loses a lot of time. Contact in front. The 30 goes around. No caution flag. We continue. I don't know how. Puckett tries to keep it straight. It's not broke, but 𝐉𝐚𝐧𝐭𝐲 is. He comes to a stop in turns 1 and 2. And boy, oh boy, 2 sick puppies here early on. Let's see if we can figure out what happened there. Did the 30 get into the back of our race leader? Yeah, okay. Well, he didn't get into the back. He got a right rear. We're going to go up top here and take a look at what happened to Mr. Puckett. Now, I don't know if this is... He does get a little sideways. I mean, there's probably going to be a little contact anyway, but then he gets some help from behind. This is the problem. Bowman nowhere to go. 08 not able or not willing to check up in time. He gets a piece, and then 𝐉𝐚𝐧𝐿. So the right front was already broken at that point in time. There you can see it wrinkle. Parks at the outside wall. Guys will get re-racked, restacked here, and we'll try to do this one more time. Now, this is definitely, if anybody else in the race is tuning in, this isn't what they want to hear. But your quick time, Mr. Spradley in that 51 machine, up to P3, and the caution flag only going to help here is when we do get the green, should have 6 laps to go, and it's going to be this time by as you see the pace truck pull down to the infield. You take a look at that North Carolina sky. The green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. Heat race number 1's back underway. Bowman taking a peek on the bottom. Remember, 3 points every spot here in your heat races. You win this thing, you get 100, P2, 97, so on and so forth. You're watching Spradley take a peek to the inside. He knows, gotta go. Gonna have 5 to go this time by. If he wants to go flirt with that leader, can't waste time. Gets the nose chopped off. Sander slides up the racetrack. Tatum doing all he can to play defense here. Company on the inside slide job. Move the 51 up into P2. Tyler Spradley came to play. Two laps to go this time by as you see him reeling in your race leader. He's got time. But he's got to be dang near perfect in that RTB 51 machine as Dustin Glenn just looking to hold on, trying to blow up the life preserver here. White flag waves, 1 lap to play. Object in the mirror getting a lot closer, goes down to defend. Final time through 3 and 4. And Dustin Glenn looks to the sky, sees the checkered flag wave. He wins heat race number 1, followed by Spradley, Sander, Bowman, Rogers, Puckett, 𝐉𝐚𝐧𝐿, and Wallace. And news for Grandy here. Even if Spradley wins tonight's A main, Joseph Grandy will be the high point getter according to my math. Now, the man who qualified P2, as we get ready to take a look at the starting lineup for Hinkle Plasma Cutting Heat Race number 2, the man to the outside of row 4 we're going to hear about first. He has a chance to tie Joseph Green. If he wins this heat race and wins the A main, that could be what Scrappy Doo needs there. Mr. Braden Carter, VP1, as it looks like we're missing a guy. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Row 4 to the outside, the 5 of Braden Carter. To the inside, the 333 of Richard Murtaugh. Row 3 to the outside, the 117 of Ethan Humphrey. To the inside, the 41 of John Holly. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 6 of Aiden Primrose. To the inside, the 89 of Mason hit him with the hind. In row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, Jonathan Clapp, and was supposed to start on the pole, the 47 of Matt Hinkle. No call, no show, 7 guys for heat race number 2. In theory, that makes it a little easier on Mr. Carter. Only one more guy to get, but this is the last race. Grandy out there, if he's still watching, has to sweat. He makes it through this one without a Braden Carter win. Joseph Grandy will roll off tomorrow night on the pole as we take a look up to that North Carolina sky. The Full Throttle Motorsports green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. Hinkle Plasma Cutting heat race number 2 is underway. 2 by 2 behind your leaders. Here comes Clapp, though, on the bottom. Jonathan sends it in deep. Slide job for the lead. Crisscross can't get back to the bottom. Here comes Primrose on the outside. Cracking the whip in the 6. Here we go. 4 wide. Tippy toes. Brand new shoes. Got him shining. Gets a rear end parked on the nose. 3 wide for the lead. Richard Murtaugh. He's got it at the line. The 33 on the bottom, or the 333, excuse me. Hard contact beyond between Primrose and Ethan Humphrey. No caution flag wave. Somehow we continue. Braden Carter downstairs trying to see what he can find. A little bit of grip going down the backstretch, but boy, you tighten up so much there in the center. Somehow Braden making it work. Looks for a big set. No, not this time. Plays nice. Watches Jonathan Clapp pull away. Richard Murtaugh sees 3 fingers in the air. 3 more trips around this place. Can he hold on to this lead? I'd like to think so. With Braden Carter, you see him blinking there. And Jonathan Clapp battling this hard. 2 laps left to play. Mason Hine wants those guys to battle just a little bit harder. He's close enough to smell him, but man, he just can't taste it. Not yet with the white flag waving. 1 more lap to play, side by side for P2. Richard Murtaugh, all alone out front, was supposed to start 7th, got bumped up to 5th, took advantage, and Mr. Murtaugh wins heat race number 2, followed by Carter, Clapp, Hine, Holly, Primrose, Humphrey, and Hinkle. There we go. It is official. As far as I'm, like I say, no mathematician. But Joseph Grandy should be P1 when we roll off tomorrow night. But let's take a look at our 3rd and final heat race of the night, presented to you by Twisted Speed. Rounding out the field, the 35 of Brody Duscher. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 26 of Greg Deese. To the inside, the popsicle sticks of Joseph Groom. Row 2 to the outside, the 115 of Caden Dacus. To the inside, the 42 of Jacob and Scoter. Row 1 for heat race number 3 to the high side, the 96 of Jordan Navarro, and starting on the pole, the 59 of Dylan Brannon. Well, we've had one 618 engraving and design caution flag here through the heat races. Missed one in the last race somehow. They let him continue. But hopefully this one stays just as clean here. So we'll pace around one more time. Dylan Brannon will bring us to the Full Throttle Motorsports green flag. As you take a look to that North Carolina sky, the green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3 is underway. Oh, somebody got the elbows out there for P2. 96 doesn't like it there. Jordan Navarro ends up losing a spot. Welcome to the party. Mr. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 on the bottom. Caden wasting no time up to P2. 4 wide, almost 5 wide. Boy, oh boy, if there's clay, they're going to find a way to make it work. The 9 gets the elbows out one more time. And Van Scoter not making a lot of friends here in heat race number 3. As Navarro to the inside. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 looks 1 lane lower, 2 for 1 discount. He gets one, gets a toss in the middle here. What's he gonna do? Hold on, here comes the 35. Brody Duscher looking on the outside. Cuts to the inside. Here we go, the 35. Oh, 3 wide. 4 laps to go. Beaten and bigger here in winter heat. Heat race number 3. The popsicle sticks in the outside wall. Joseph Groom not going to get the caution flag just yet in the outside wall. We continue. 3 laps to go. Here we go. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 slide job for the lead. Duscher crosses back underneath. Oh, we aren't finished yet. 2 laps to play here at the dirt track in Charlotte. Did 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 show his hand too early as Duscher looks to pull away through 3 and 4? He's ready to see this white flag wave. 1 lap to play. Duscher on the outside. Nobody gonna catch this man. Half a second lead. Throws it to the bottom through 3 and 4. Now he takes a look up to the sky. The checkered flag waves. Duscher wins heat race number 3. Worst of first. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒, Van Scoter, Deese, Navarro, Brennan, and Groom round out the field. And won't need a B main tonight. Won't need a B main tonight. So I would imagine last night we didn't do a lot of the warm-up. Now, you know, I could be wrong. I would think we'd do a little more than we did last night just because there was no B main. Try to get the racetrack a little racier, but I am not an admin. So we will definitely let them make that call. And let's see what's going on here in the people chat. Benny definitely is a good racetrack. We got Rudy out there rooting for the 96 machine. I saw Mama Bear commented on my stream. That's Tyler Dickinson's. Or no, I said Tyler. Oh my God. Why can't I think of what it is right now? Oh man, that's gonna bug me. So I can't bring up that Discord screen to search his first name for verification. Yeah, that's terrible. No, it is. No, it is Ty. Yeah, because we call him Ty Dick. Yeah, it's Ty. Tyler. Right? But either way, you guys should know how I do things, and we're getting ready to take a look at our starting lineup in a minute or two, but let's go ahead. I'll mute myself up. Let's set the mood before we get ready to go play in the clay here at the dirt track at Charlotte. is on warm-ups, and we get ready to take a look at tonight's starting lineup for prelim night number 2 of your Metcalf Media Winter Heats, presented to you by Reigel Promotions Esports. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Rounding out the field, the 47 of Matt Hinkle. Row 11 to the outside, the 08 of David Wallace. To the inside, the popsicle sticks of Joseph Groom. Row 10 to the outside, the 117 of Ethan Humphrey. To the inside, the 78 of Armando Melgoza. Row 9 to the outside, the 59 of Dylan Brennan. To the inside, the 6 of Aiden Primrose. Row 8 to the outside, the 30 of Robert Puckett. To the inside, the 96 of Jordan Navarro. Row 7 to the high side, the 41 of John Holly. To the inside, the 54 of Brandon Rogers. Row 6 to the outside, the 26 of Greg Deese. To the inside, the 89 of Mason. Hit him with the high. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 9 of Isaac Bowman. To the inside, the 42 of Jacob Van Scoter. Row 4 to the outside, the 1 of Jonathan Clapp. To the inside, the 422 of Tayton Sander. Row 3 to the high side, the 115 of Caden Dacus. To the inside, the 5 of Braden Carter. Row 2 to the high side, the 51 of Tyler Spradley. To the inside, the 35 of Brody Dusher. And row 1 for Winter Heat prelim night number 2 to the high side, the 333 of Richard Murtaugh. And starting on the pole, the 16 of Dustin Glenn, as we take a look to the North Carolina sky. The green flag is high. We're gonna make some dirt fly. 40 laps to play. Winter Heat night number 2 is underway. 3 wide right away for P3. They decide to play nice. Line it up. Let's try again here, they say. Never mind. 3 wide one more time. Scrappy on the bottom. Who's on the top shelf? Mr. Murtaugh. Tap dancing away, trying to use up that new shine. Goes to the bottom here. Battle for P2. Dusher on the outside. Murtaugh on the bottom. We're 3 wide behind here. This is the battle for 9. Oh, contact there between the 9 machines, and neither one of them are registered as 9. So we're going to have fun. Oh, wait, no, Isaac Bowman. He was the one who was shoved to the back. Now, who was the other one? I believe Van Scoter. Was Bowman not going to forget that name if he gets back to him here? But let's take a look up front. Dustin Glenn trying to run away with this thing. Problem is, Murtaugh, I don't think plans on letting him, and shame on me. We've been showing you their fastest laps of the race. Let's show you the gaps. You're probably wondering how I know they're racing so close. Now you know too. Dusher to the outside. Carter downstairs as well, trying to save some sneaker for late. If Murtaugh's on the bottom, that's where I'm trying to be. And now, well, as soon as I say that, he slides up, says, I've had enough. Need to get up to the outside if I want to hold off Dusher. Never mind contact. Brody drives through him, then turns down the racetrack. Brody going to lose 3 spots. Braden Carter, the real winner out of this thing. Excuse me, up to P2. Mason Hine on the bottom, Clap with a little hit from behind. That's Brandon Rogers giving him some love in that pink 54. Slider looking to park it. 3 wide behind Primrose. Can he find a way to get out of the sandwich? Slides up in front of the 33 there. Crosses back underneath. Jonathan Clapp listed on your leaderboard as the 1. As we must add a caution flag behind Armando Melgoza. Caution flag number 1. Now in the books. Let's see what happened to this 78. Self spin, not too sure how we lost it there, but caution flag waves. And I imagine that's an EOL penalty. And as we mentioned last night, get 2 EOLs, you are disqualified. So definitely not something you want to have happen to. Murtaugh must have just edged out Mr. Carter there at the line. He is sitting in P2. Dustin Glenn out front. Ethan Humphrey on the move. He's up 4 spots. Aiden Primrose, though, would be your hard charger right now. Up 5 spots to P12. Of course, your hard charger presented to you by Twisted Speed. That was another one that fudged up on last night. I thought, it was an A-main thing. But, giving the awards out here every night for him. So, from what I understand, according to that post, I'm going to try to do a little better job of that tonight here as we look up to that dark North Carolina sky. The green flag's high. We're going to make some dirt fly. We're back underway at the dirt track in Charlotte. Braden blinking a little bit. Not something you want to have happen here. Not when you're battling for the lead. On the bottom, they were 3 wide. Murtaugh falls back to the outside here. Carter not giving up. He's up to P2 at the line. Can he find it this time? Dives down low. 3 wide through 1 and 2. Carter, lead halfway down the backstretch is the 35 of Dusher in the outside wall. He bounces around. Hard contact. We get another one who goes around. I believe that's Wallace. And we get a caution flag waving. Not too sure who had it at the line when the caution flag waved. We'll all find out together. But let's figure out what kicked off this caution flag. So you can see there's a little contact in front between the 33-17. That's got nothing to do. Oh, yeah, it does. It started with Brody. What am I doing? A lot of people had gotten past in the time on the car. That's my defense. That's my defense, and I'm sticking to it. So Murtaugh sliding up, and when they make contact, they get locked together. And, you saw, I'm never that kind of guy, but, you saw him throw the aggressive slide job early on that 35, and that, I'm telling you, man, if there's one thing my dad taught me that I believe in, brother, I'm not saying, you go out of your way to make other people comfortable, but boy, oh boy, do I believe in karma. Maybe racing that hard lap number 1 or lap 2, whichever it was, maybe that's not developing the best karma. Hopefully he'll take advantage of 8 spots now. And we just keep talking about that man. And if he could recoup some points, that would be really good for him. The lights do go off on the pace truck, and we'll go back racing this time by. Pace truck pulls off. It's going to be on Mr. Glenn here. Lead the field to the green flag as you look to the sky. The green is high. Look at Braden Carter trying to inch out in front. Good restart, but Carter, because he had kind of inched to the outside, not going to really get stumped here by the 33 of Murtaugh. I wouldn't think. We'll see. Richard pulls even, though, trying to prove me wrong. Battle on for P2 and every spot behind. My, oh my. Dacus on the outside. Oh, Van Scoter thought about making it 3 wide, but Sander came up in that 42 machine, shut the door. Meanwhile, Scrappy trying to bump draft a little bit, trying to push Glenn, make that thing go a little quicker. He slides up the racetrack, opens the door. Braden blinks out, comes back. Boy, oh boy, is that scary. New leader, Braden Carter out front, 25 to go. Dustin Glenn says, I'm not done yet, kid. But boy, oh boy, you gotta leave room. Oh, Spradley, you're quick time tonight. He gets put in the outside wall, somehow doesn't break the right front, licks the pause, he continues, and they continue to battle behind. Van Scoter looking to park it on 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 goes around the outside, uses the ladder to get way up there. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒's able to clear him at the line. Man, oh man. 2 by 2 by 2. We're watching the 41 and the 11 of Groom battle side by side. Here comes Isaac Bowman in that 9 machine on the outside. Primrose in the 6 with a little contact. They're 3 wide as Primrose dives in the middle. 2 for 1, but what a move by Primrose as we take a peek toward the lead. Braden Carter looking to have it his way. 21 laps left to play. Van Scoter once again on the bottom. Sander goes up top. Van Scoter tries to shut the door. Couldn't do it. Opened himself up for a crisscross here. Sander on the bottom. Where's he going to go? 2 for 1 discount through 1 and 2. Oh, parks it on him. Dustin Glenn. Going to be one upset man. Loses 1, 2, almost 3 spots here as he battles with Rogers. Braden Carter noticed him down there on the bottom, able to hold onto the lead. Milk in the bottom. That's a smart move by the kid. Saves some sneaker while these guys battle behind for P2. Your quick time. Tyler Spradley reeling him in here. He's got the fish hook. Can he find a way to land P2? Carter puts one a lap down. That's Holly. What does he do with P2 coming? He didn't really get out of the way of your leader. Carter had to go to the bottom. So does Murtaugh. Parks it on the 41, who cuts down. Uh-oh! Holly puts it down low now, looking to stay out of the way. But the problem is, that's where 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 wants to play. Contact between him and Spradley. Oh, man. This is not going well for Spradley. I mean, oh man, every unfortunate turn going his way, and we only got 14 laps left to play as Braden crosses the line. On the bottom, looking fine. I mean, nobody else is doing that as we get another yellow flag. Not what Braden wants to see. 2 cars involved, I believe. From what I'm seeing, it's going to be Isaac Bowman first, and then I think Jordan Navarro gets a piece of this. No, it had already happened up there with the 96 machine. Okay, so yeah, it did say Navarro, but it had already happened. SDK, you didn't give us the new one with Navarro. So we'll go up top here. And maybe he just didn't know the 6 was there. Let's go back a little further. Shame on me. I didn't realize it was that big of a cutdown. And not... I mean, you can't really blame the 6 for this one, I don't think. I mean, he's down there. He never enters up into the slick. 96, I mean, that's a 4-lane change. Somebody does that to me on 81. I mean, they're getting the finger for sure, I mean, even if we don't make contact. So, just, and then you're not really giving him a lot of room after the first contact. So, I mean, kind of asking for that here. Damage. Bowman gets sucked into it. There's the 30 machine getting involved. Just a tough break. Guys racing hard. You don't want anything, you don't want anything less than that. You really don't. Not to sound cliche, you want those guys to battle hard, and that's what we're seeing here. When we get the green flag, should have 13 laps left to go. Here in Winter Heat Prelim night number 2 as the green flag is high. Let's make some dirt fly. Braden Carter drops the hammer. We're back underway. 3 wide for second. Murtaugh on the outside with the best run. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 trying to hook a line. The double deuce on the outside. Oh, he gets run up the racetrack, and boy, oh boy, Spradley. Oh, man, he said, you know, I've gotten roughed up plenty. I'm doing the roughing up. And he moves himself up into P3, but for how long? 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 says, hey, you remember me? Comes down on the bottom. Van Scoter gets a nose. He gets turned. Peyton Sander looking to go 3 for 1. Big old slide job out of the 402 machine. Or 422. 3 wide once again. Here comes Ethan Humphrey. Your twisted speed hard charger. Up 17 spots, battling for third as Sander goes around. Peyton Sander goes around, not going to get a caution flag. We continue. Here we go, door to door, beating and banging. Van Scoter and Glenn, who's going to win this war? Van Scoter slides up. Glenn cuts back underneath. We got a battle for third. Oh, we had a battle for third. Spradley goes up and over. Boy, oh boy, Red Rover. Somebody's going to have to turn the 51 back over. But instead, he goes for a toe. Let's see what happens here. Got 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 on the bottom. Remember, they made a little sweet love to each other before. And that's what we get there. And I've got to be honest. You know, I mean, that was a little more gentle than the time before, but just the way it jerked the race car around made it look really brutal there for Spradley. And then it's a parking lot after that. Van Scoter gets involved. The 08 gets a piece there. And let's see. 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 is getting penalized here. It's always the guy who retaliates. That's what they say, right? I mean, that's what, you know, you're always taught that as a kid. 9 times out of 10, you know, the teacher doesn't see the kid, you know, pulling your hair or spitting the pieces of paper at you. But the second, you know, you get out of your chair, make a scene, and the caution flag comes out, you know, boy, oh boy, you're the one getting slapped with it. And that's just a tough break for 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒, who, at the end of the day, you know, you can't slump over. You got time to go back here and get it. But, man, I just don't know. That third-party gaming white flag is not very far away. It is not very far away. So you're going to have to go quick if you're 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒, because Braden Carter has been on rails. He drops the hammer, and we are back underway. 8 laps to go out here and play. Murtaugh right away kisses the outside wall. Van Scoter loses a spot to Glenn. Primrose looking now, 2 in the 6. What can Aiden do? Side by side behind 𝐷𝐿 and Humphrey. 𝐷𝐿 on the bottom. Humphrey with the smashed up nose on the outside, just trying to bring this thing home. Primrose looking to get aggressive here, but leaves plenty of room. He's got to go back to the outside here, build up speed one more time. But we're going to get one more 618 engraving and design caution flag here is, from what I'm looking. I got a lot of red here. This could have a lot of guys. Try to break this down from afar, and then we'll play around with the camera view. And I mean, he just drove it in there. Was probably looking to run that slider line, and you could tell that's not an intentional takeout. I can just tell you for a fact because of the way the 51 slams on the brakes and, you know, kind of jerks that car sideways. But you can see lots of damage, and like you say, probably didn't know the 96, and those two, they got to know each other before. A little extracurriculars going on for 3 and 4. Braden just needs this thing to stay quiet here. He wants to bring this thing home safe and sound. Got to think Carter qualifying P2. Second in the heat race. I can't remember what Jolly did last night in his heat race. But, man, Braden, definitely, if he wins this thing, it's going to be P2 or P3, 1,000% to start. But, obviously, that's the start. I mean, it's got a lot of playtime tomorrow night. So, I think what everybody's got to be a little worried about, and I've tried to pick it apart when I can, Braden's on the bottom, okay? That's not right. Shouldn't be able to do that. As the green flag waves, we're back underway. 5 laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Murtaugh trying to crack the whip on the outside, but the ponies just can't respond. Too slick upstairs, and he can't get them to hook up. He drives it in, reels him back in. We got 4 laps to go. 3 wide. This is the battle for 4th. Van Scoter in the middle. Primrose got a big run on the outside. He cleared both. Van Scoter. Peace continue to battle door to door. 3 laps left to go for Murtaugh and Carter. Can Richard get any closer? Can he make a race out of this thing? I just don't know. He goes to the bottom. He says, well, if Braden can do it, maybe I can do it. Trying to follow him here. White flag set the wave. 1 lap to play here at the dirt track in Charlotte. Who is going to bring it home? Murtaugh has gotten close, but is he close enough to sink the fangs in? It doesn't look like it. Carter through 3 and 4. Grabs the cushion. Grabs himself night number 2's checkered flag as well. Braden Carter gets it done. Richard Murtaugh, P2. Dustin Glenn rounds out your podium. Boy, oh boy, what a finish there. Great race once again. And go ahead and take a look at this finishing order. Aiden Primrose, Greg Deese round out your top 5. Van Scoter, Hine, Bowman, Brannon, and Wallace, your top 10. Let's go ahead. Let's just do the click over here. Show you the rest before I start reading. Humphrey, Holly, Broom, Rogers, Puckett, Navarro, Dacus, Spradley, Melgoza, and Sander, your top 20. Clapp, Dusher, and Hinkle never made the call tonight. He should be in the B main tomorrow. Hopefully we get to see him back out here, but for now, we do a little bit of a rewind. They had that longer green flag run. Let's go find that here, because that'll be my cheat for said interviews, and we'll get to talk to your 3rd place finisher, Dustin Glenn, who, let's see where Dustin qualified, actually. So he didn't qualify that great. Obviously, won his heat race, and he made up the points. He's going to be close. We'll have to talk to him about it. But all the boys are waiting for me, as usual, here, and we'll go ahead and pull up our 3rd place finisher. Dustin, Shaggy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, Zach? How you doing?
Dude, not as good as you are, man. I'll tell you what, if I register for one of these things, I'm, tailing around the back, lucky if I don't go a lap down. But tonight, just seemed like, we didn't see your opening lap personally, but obviously on the board wasn't probably what you would have wanted, man, but you got out there, race trim, held off a lot of fast guys there, heat race number 1. You get the win, get some much-needed points, and then, starting front row tonight, did we think we were going to be able to park it on the podium at the end of this thing?
I was hoping. You got Richard behind you, you got Braden behind you, a lot of fast guys behind you. I just felt if I could just run a good, clean race, get a good finish, is really what I was going for. But you always want that top spot. But there were some fast guys that were more deserving of it than I was tonight, for sure.
Yeah, and one of those fast guys you talked about it, Braden, he was getting it done on the bottom. It seemed like Murtaugh tried it out there at the end. Do you think those guys maybe caught you all by surprise? Because I'm telling you, other than those two, they're late at the end. I didn't see anybody else trying the bottom. Do you think that opened up some eyes for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I do. I think the bottom's going to be where it's at tomorrow night. I didn't see that coming in as fast as they did, obviously, but I really do think the bottom's probably going to be where it's going to be won tomorrow night for sure.
Well, you got to be thinking here, 196 for this one. I don't know the math for qualifying, but then 100 for the heat. You got to be feeling pretty confident. You got to be over that cut line, but we won't know till they run the tally. But Dustin, either way, with how this thing looked tonight, I'd be shocked if this thing didn't make the feature tomorrow, whether it's through the B main or race points entirely. Hell of a job, man. Congrats. You got anybody you want to thank?
Hey, I want to thank my race team, Infamous Raceworks. We put in some hard work this week. I know it's fixed, but still, we put up some host lobbies, got in there, tested. Got to thank Nicholas Mole, Chevrolet, J-Tech. Got to thank our EPS for putting this on, and Andrew. Just got to give a shout out to them guys. I really appreciate them.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate you guys putting on that good, hard, clean race, and congrats on the P3. Can't wait to talk to you again.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Dustin Glenn bringing home P3, and now we're going to bring up Mr. Murtaugh here in the 333 machine. Richard, boy, oh boy, you were committed to that outside, but those last couple laps, you went to the bottom, you followed the kid. Now, obviously, catching a guy's one thing, passing him's another, but started to reel him in. Do you think maybe that opened some eyes, taught you some tricks for tomorrow night?
Not really. Like I knew the bottom was the place to be once he went down there. I was just watching lap times, comparing lap times the entire race, and I realized the top went away pretty fast, and I was just trying to get it to get built up and be able to get a good run, and was hoping the bottom would go away too, but the bottom was just so fast. I had no choice but to go to the bottom, and once I went to the bottom, I just kind of committed to following him, but I was hoping the top would at least came in a little bit at the end, and could have gave him a run for his money. But once it goes to the bottom like that, you really just can't pass anyone. So I was just trying to follow him around the last 5 laps or so, but definitely reeled him right in.
No, and at the end of the day, Richard, you qualified pretty well. I can't remember the exact number, but I think, 6th or 7th, something like that. You were up there, maybe even a little higher. Yeah. But, with a heat race win and a P2, you got to feel like you're comfortably in the show. So what's the strategy for tomorrow? Obviously, we're going to see the track change, maybe 2-3 times throughout the 75 laps. But I think you guys got to worry about that right rear sneaker a little bit, right? How do you treat that thing? How do you make it go 75 laps tomorrow?
Well, it definitely a long race. Gonna be kind of just gonna have to survive the first 50 and then go from there. The end of the race is gonna be very important, but the first half we're just gonna be kind of in survival mode and at least maintain position. That's gonna be the biggest thing, and not falling too far behind early on. And we'll see tomorrow where we line up and what our game plan is, but definitely going to be have to survive the first half of the race, then go on attack mode at the very end.
Well, hey, man, I can't wait for you to click that button and go on attack, because it was fun watching you race tonight. Hell of a job bringing home P2. You got anybody on that car you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, got to thank all the guys back at Premier Racing Setups. They been putting in a lot of work, and appreciate them for even putting me in the direction of this race. I didn't know about this until about an hour ago, and jumped in here with no practice and go quick time in practice, and then 5th in qualifying, win our heat, and then have a chance at winning this race with no practice before this. Really talks about how good our program is over there. So shout out them guys. 180 Flow Jar Properties, VP Racing Fuels, Stagger Media Co. You guys for putting this on, and all the admin team and everyone that makes this deal go around.
Well, hey, hell of a job, Richard. Like we said, man, we don't know where, but pretty confident you're in that show. Go get them tomorrow night, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Richard Murtaugh bringing home P2. But now, the man who we all know I secretly wanted to join me tonight in Roya's Graphics Victory Lane, Braden Carter. Boy, oh boy, man, sometimes you bring so much excitement. You know, you think the racetrack, you got to get to the outside. You're willing to go to the bottom, experiment, and boy, did that pay off, man. How you feeling? I mean, doing the math quick in my head, you got to be number 2. You got to be number 2, maybe number 3, but we aren't starting any worse than P3 tomorrow. Got to feel confident, right?
Yeah, man. You know, I came into this. I knew I signed up last week. You know, I just got my sim stuff set up back today. I've been moving around. I broke my monitor yesterday moving it, so I want a new monitor here, and it's wobbling like crazy. So I'm gonna return it tomorrow and get a better one. I don't know. I got wheel damage early, and I ran a race earlier, pro qual race, and everything just wobbled. My whole monitor's wobbling. It's kind of hard, but you know, I'm happy to still have speed. You know, I've been in a rush the past few days, just getting things moved in here, and you know, just trying to get everything set up perfectly. And you know, to come out and get a money race like this and do that good, I'm pretty hyped up here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously the real struggle tomorrow, it will be tomorrow, 75 laps. And I've been asking everybody, but I mean, really with what I saw tonight, you're probably the one truly I'd be worried the least about. I mean, showing that you can run the bottom, but how do we bring that right rear tire home? I mean, do we do what we just did here? I feel like you probably got to have good wear now on the car, don't we? Did you check that thing by any chance?
Yeah, I had 63 on the right rear. You know, we're at 40 laps in pro weights. I'm gotta check the air in the right rear. I got a 810. That's not too bad for 40 laps. You're typically running 30 laps in here. I love the car, so I mean, I run a lot of fixed stuff, and I don't know. This ain't a normal fixed setup at the same time, and I don't know. I know how to get down there, and it was a really thin line. I passed, I believe, Dustin on the top, and you know, I wanted to get back down there and see if it worked, and it had a lot of grip on exit. And yeah, if I can just stay down there and you know, stay at the bottom of the track and not abuse the top with the if we leave the gear that this has in it, I feel like I'm set to have a good run tomorrow.
Well, hey kid, you're $5 richer for winning night number 2. I can't remember, I don't have the paper handy, but I think there's an award for fast lap as well, which surprise, surprise, goes to you with a 15:08. So I mean, you collected all that you could tonight. I mean, for the most part. I look forward to seeing what you can do tomorrow. Congratulations on the big win here. Who we want to thank?
Yeah, gotta shout out all my guys at CSC. My dad, Michael Carter, you know, the whole CSC program, Kel Smith, Travis Anderson, Kyle Hardy, Chase Hardy, Jonathan Higdon, Randy Carter Paint, my granddad. No Limit Racing, Nick over there, you Shaggy, one of the Pro Series sponsors. Big shout out to you, man. I think this is the first time I've had an interview with you since I've had this car on.
It is. I wasn't going to bring it up. But yeah, it is. I was worried I was a bad luck charm. That's
No, sir. No, sir. It looks like it did good tonight for me. I've had a lot of good runs in this car. Yeah, big shout out to you, man. Shout out to Robbie Kennedy and RBJ Sim Racing, Dylan Olson Motorsports, Sprints, Woodward Twisted Designs, Eternal Racing, Colby Yule. Yeah, shout out to Andrew for the event. I don't get in that much. I used to a lot, but he always puts on a good show. Great admin from him. You, Shaggy, for the broadcast. Yeah, everybody watching. It was a fun event, and I look forward to tomorrow.
Well, hey, you know, make sure we get some practice in. Good luck tomorrow night, kid. We'll be rooting for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Braden Carter bringing it home. And like I say, I think number 2 in points, and you see it there, Shaggy TV on the side. Now, heard Mr. Grandy thank me yesterday, too. And I don't want to say something. You know, I don't want to make all the drivers put the logo on your car, but apparently you put it on your car, you finish 1 and 2. That's all I'm saying. You know, we'll just leave it at that. We'll just let it simmer a little bit. The drivers can reflect. Maybe they make a business decision before we go racing tomorrow, because tomorrow night, we got the B main at 8 o'clock Eastern. So set that alarm. We're going off a half hour earlier tomorrow with the B main. Top 6 will make it to the A to play with the top 16 in points. Keep an eye on that website, boys and girls. They'll update thous. Let's say that right. They'll update those points for you here, I would think, tonight. They know how itchy we all are. But on behalf of Regal Promotions Esports, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Metcalf Media Winter Heat night number 2. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. That's the main show. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV, saying so long. Have a good night.